Hey guys, Supr here, head coach of Shopify Rebellion R6. If you haven't seen the announcement, make sure you check out my Twitter at SuperSeth. But as a kind of thanks for you guys getting my channel monetized, which means, hey, I might make money from this video, I decided to upload a few clips and timeouts from the course of the NAL stage that we played about 2 months ago now. I didn't have as many options for this because not all the clips were available, but I did manage to get pretty much clips from all of our playoff games. I even threw kind of an in-between map talk in this. So same deal as always. Hope you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not. Would appreciate a comment. Let me know in the comments what kind of content you're looking for, because ideally I want to get like 1 to 2 videos out a week. Obviously, I'm going to run out of timeouts, so what kind of stuff might be interesting to everybody else? I think that could be helpful. But yeah, here we go. So this first timeout is going to be against Los. This was play day 8, I want to say. We were in first place at 5-1, and Los were either in last place or second to last at 1-5. We had started down this match 3-1, so I called a timeout. Just because I thought that we were placing a lot of urgency upon ourselves. And we know Los were actually a pretty good attacking team, even though their record was not great. They were just really bad at defense. So I wasn't too worried about being down 1-3, but what I wanted to do was have a 2-4 or a 3-3 half, because I was very confident we'd be able to get at least 4 attacks, but I didn't want us to have like a 1-5 attacking half. And I felt like the way Los had started the game, and I think the pressure of like, we're expected to stomp that team and we were down 1-3. It's kind of a weird feeling, I know, as a player. I just wanted us to reset a little bit, kind of relax, and identify that, hey, the pressure we're putting in this game is us on ourselves. The other team is playing fast, but it's not something we haven't seen before. So this was kind of a talk about strategy a little bit and make sure that we're understanding what's happening, and then go from there. And as you see, we won this round and we end up winning the match, I think 7-4, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so here's our first game. We played a 8 against Los.
Let's go Tellers, Mira.
To recover in that situation that was built up there in the mid round, able to use that 3 versus 3 to their fullest advantage. And I love how
I called a timeout.
Thinking forward and taking things.
So they're obviously playing fast, right?
Yes.
We're also feeling the pressure, and we're doing we're doing a lot when we don't need to. Right? If we can stop their initial push, they don't have anything. They're just relying on quick plays. So if we want to play East, run like a Legion East, run whatever we need East. They've been doing primarily East takes besides the 1 rush, right? On Vent.
I'm gonna go Legion and then play like lower, more to leave it.
So everybody just settle down. We know they're gonna play fast. Keep bringing the ward in. We don't need to overdo it, right? Like, make them do something, because if the initial doesn't work, they lose.
Yes.
That.
Don't overreact.
Heard that. Let's get it.
Let's get it, boys. Let's get it, boys.
I'll be kind of late to CC.
Everyone else, I think, struggling just a little bit. Whereas
Widow Ali.
I mean,
Little Ali.
he's been getting any action except Arthur, of course, perennially on shield duty, and then got domed as Glaz in the ventilation and workshop attacks. Or no, he was blitzed that round. See, when these attacks have been happening in the span of like 30 to 45 seconds, I'm like, wait, who is who? Arthur's the shield guy, but Sexy Cake's also been the shield guy. Who is who? And unfortunately, right now, Arthur 0-4, not doing great. However, the rest of Los kicking Sonic's butt, unfortunately, in the KD department. So as Sonics take their tactical timeout, Sam, obviously probably not something they talked about as a strategy to improve upon, but definitely something I think, especially given the highlights we gave Grixer in the desk, we hope to see some of these players pick it up.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and I will round back to this point that I made earlier. It's not that the Sonics aren't implementing things correctly, right? It's just that a lot of these situations, they just haven't ended up on the right side of history. And there's another case right there. I mean, you drop somebody off going, okay, if we're able to get the initial kill on this entry here, they're probably going to plant Archive side, free Nitro Cell for our player downstairs, and we win the round, right? Exactly. But it doesn't go that way. Los wins their fight. It's the exact same thing that happened with Sexy Cake on that entry over in Tellers, right? That's a heads-up gunfight. It can go literally any which way ever. It's just a coin flip. That's all it is. And he ends up just sniping the head off the guy inside of Teller's hallway, and they win the round based off them getting the case and the map control that they have. It's very well done, but again, it comes down to the moments like this, and so far, Sonics just have not had it. Sometimes that factor just doesn't work into your favor. They're trying to adjust things here, though. They are going to bring a couple different pieces of utility. We saw that really trap-centric lineup inside of round 4. This time around, a couple of different, toys to bring in round 5.
I think the introduction of the Melusi is certainly important. Not so much on, trying to, use the traps to dissuade entry, delay time, but definitely just to slow down the entry further. Not only to give information once the Banshee gets activated and to force a bit more utility sync out of Los to actually clear these positions, but also just if they move in when it's not cleared, being able to slow them down instead of triggering a Razor Bloom, then backing off, or just shooting a couple EDDs, then moving on. This might theoretically be just a bit more time that Los will have to spend moving on in, which they certainly have made good use of in the rounds that they've won. No blitz, though. No blitz to be seen in round 5. So I doubt the Melusi is already taking hold a minute 30 into the round like this, but Los, certainly after that timeout, trying to attack these final 2 rounds with a bit of a different pace.
I think this adjustment from them, we've been seeing them fly through these rounds so far, and now slowing things down a bit to get this engagement here at 1 minute and 15. Canadian dancing back and forth with the man in passport. He'll work his way back to square, knows that some pressure has to be working its way in from somewhere else, but hasn't turned towards east just yet. Knows the person had to work forward, and he'll find him. Arias doesn't even think about it.
All right, so now we're on into the playoffs, and this first timeout you're going to hear is Map 3 against Wildcard Gaming on Clubhouse. This was actually a really tight match. The first map we lost to them, and that was a Sky. That's a map that we're really good on, and they just apparently were a bit better. And then we won our map pick of Labs. So tiebreaker was clubs. We had a 3-3 half, and we had kind of pulled away a little bit on these first 2 defensive rounds. They called a timeout. And this was more just talking about what to expect and to kind of keep it up with what I noticed how they were playing on defense and how I think we should continue to playing on defense. And as you'll see, we win this round. We end up winning the match 7-3. So here is our play day, or I guess playoffs round 1 match against Wildcard on map 3.
But that strategy, Wildcard, they were puzzled by it. They wanted to clear out Garage and CCTV and Cash.
I was on Garage default cam and I see Ambi just fucking running that motherfucker.
Okay, they called the timeout. They called it. Reset. They get it.
Yeah, they called a timeout, guys. And I think one thing we've seen the last 2 rounds, if you use the time against them, they don't know what to do. Just don't give them, you don't need to play super aggro early. Just wait for them to do something, because they're either going to fucking try to hit site or do what they just did. Right? Keep playing reserved, keep playing off of each other. That was great teamwork right there, AMB, to help Richie, and make them do something. Don't give them that early kill. That doesn't mean play scared. It means hold your ground. Make them push you into crossfires, right?
Which I don't know how the fuck you were alive.
I don't know, bro. I got double.
We're going Cash here. Listen, they just ran Capital to clear that, so they're probably going to run Capital again here, Richie.
Wait,
I
which
can-
cast
I
you want to
can
do
do
real quick?
this.
Extended or the other one?
Run the regular one, but Ambi, you play down there with Wamai.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna.
I go smug for this.
Were you gonna swap, Richie? You can swap. You can swap. Dame go cave, make the holes,
Okay.
and then Pop go tube.
I don't know.
KC4 or Barb? Do I need Barb?
Where's 2? Where's 2? Where's 2?
Dude, that was.
Sonics flying through that garage once again, get that big moment there, and then are able to take out the rest of the players as they work their way towards site.
Every single round, by the way, that Sonics have won, somebody's got a 3K on their team. Every single time. 3 times it's been Ambi. No, 1 time Surf, 1 time Grixer. But Ambi's obviously having a great performance. I mean, 9 kills in 3 rounds, and to his credit, Sonics have converted all of them. That's happened. But 3 flawless rounds so far, and recall that in round 2, they only lost 1 body in an impactless situation. They've effectively had 4 flawless rounds this map so far. If you want to be generous like I am and include round 2. Again, it's kind of strange considering before this, it was only a 1-round lead for Sonics, but they have been performing extremely well in the rounds they are winning, individually and as a whole. 1 more time to complete the full sweep. All 3 sites in a row will put them on match point, and we're starting to reach the point, Sam. The momentum, I think, is finally building in Sonic's way, more so than it has on any map previously.
Yeah, and what a map for it to happen on as well, right? I mean, we talked a little bit earlier on about Canadian and his history with Skyscraper, how it can tend to be a little shaky. You know what's not shaky? Canadian and Clubhouse. This map has been a hallmark of Canadian success throughout his entire Siege career. And it could be a reason that he gets past Wildcard here today. Sonic's looking very solid as of right now, and some great utility implemented to try and slow down Wildcard once again.
been successful most of the times they've tried to do it. It's very important on CCTV, of course. I mean, the three hard breach now set up on CCTV. That's kind of, I mean, I'd even consider that overkill in my humble opinion, but could be difficult to deal with. It's always problematic, those auto canisters especially. 2 EMPs remaining. Doing the Electroclaw shuffle against an exothermic charge is always difficult, but it's stopping Wildcard. Minute and 20 seconds now. Second of 3 EMPs goes out, and the third to follow suit. This will undoubtedly be the wall opened up as a smoke grenade or smoke bolt goes out. But the final Zoto to stop it right at the moment of completion. And for all that effort, only a 4v4. Make that a 4v3. Make that maybe a 4v2. Because Spiker contesting this garage so heavily, he's lost 16 HP. And Wildcard just outside of the site will send in a firebolt. Both of them, in fact. I've been waiting for a minute now of Wildcard to finally make the push, and off the back of this, there's nothing. No execute into the site, Sam. They are holding. Perhaps to their detriment.
Oh, they're terrified. They're looking for this pick. They know that they got pressure, and Grixer will finally lose it out to Bosco. Practically a heads-up gunfight there for both of them. The pre-fire comes through, but the ACOG on that slight angle, just that much better in the moment. Now, a 3 versus 3. Low HP on Spiker, low HP on Surf. This is practically even Stevens. Let's see who chose the better squad here at the beginning of recess. Bosco's gonna hop outside here, have to make the rotations. Do they know there's still this player in garage?
I mean, they've got to. I mean, they never cleared it. Spiker was dual. It's why Spiker's on 16 HP. Is that player there? Sonics, I think, just have the better angles. Somebody's got to win this fight. Oh, Surf lets him slip by. Ambi's still able to get one, but Spiker wins that fight. It's a 1v1, and Surf's worse for wear. Diffuser not his control. Oh, and he sprints right into him. Bosco caught lacking, thinks the flash is enough.
Okay, and so this next timeout you're going to see is from our match in the playoffs round 2. So the winner of this match qualified for the major against Space Station Gaming. We had won their map pick of Border, I believe 7-4. And Callout had just called a timeout following, I think, a round win by us. And we're pretty familiar with each other, us and SSG. We've ended up playing each other a ton in big matches, and they've kind of had the best of us in the past. So this was our real chance to kind of flip that on its head. It was my first time playing them as head coach, and what I would say is an important game. So yeah, we were just kind of talking about what's been going on, what we wanted to do. When we had defended basement earlier in this match, I thought they had a really solid clear. I didn't want us to risk possibly running that back, but I thought they would struggle with the bunker clear based off of what they did and the ops they are running, and kind of their tendency as a team who like to play for kill rather than to plant the bomb. So here is my timeout against SSG on Lair in the playoffs round 2. We ended up winning this match, I think 7-4. So here we go.
Let's go top soup again. Top soup again.
Keep that shit up, guys. Yeah.
No,
Okay,
I'm just gonna do.
Hey, they call timeout. Listen, they're gonna run this blitz every single round. It's the only way that they can try to push in. So I think if we want to switch up and bring either like a cap can or a Legion if we're not running it, I don't think that's a bad idea. These guys don't really know how to attack this map from what I can tell, so they just keep blitzing. If we go back to basement,
I'm gonna go
I think. Listen, if we go basement, I think we should run the bunk. With all the denial, I don't think we should do the roam against them. They have like a really good clear for that. I think the bunk, they're a team that struggles to execute. Just be prepared for the blitz. That's all that their attack is, literally blitz and like a lurk. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah,
2 more rounds.
Let's
Come
go.
on. One at a
Let's
time.
go.
Want this shit more than they do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
It's not necessarily an indication.
They have no sauce, bro. We got sauce.
That was good, bro. That BZ calling the power.
Players, it can just be that sometimes you're trying to roll a ball uphill and you're all really tired and the ball's a little bit too heavy. As for this particular matchup, Sonics also get to talk to their coach, who's Supr, who is the new coach of this team. Goddess retired from esports and retired from coaching, of course. And by bringing in Canadian as your IGL and bringing Supr in as your coach with all the information and knowledge that he has at his disposal, it has made Sonics a better team. And they are just 2 rounds away from making it to Montreal. Space Station better hope that timeout works.
Space Station returning to the blitz play that was pretty successful on Border and has been overall pretty adept right now on Lair, I think the worrying sign here again for Space Station, as I talked about, they want to face a roam or an offsite hold head on, and yet all of their clear, all of their utility, even the blitz in that round previous, just decimated upon arrival. There wasn't really an opportunity for anyone to force a defender back to site. They all stayed upstairs and continued to fight, and Space Station continued to fall. And now, like you say, 2 rounds away from clinching a Montreal major spot, whether it be the 1 or the 2 seed, that'll be decided tomorrow. But for the Sonics, you've got to feel pretty good being on your map, now on the defensive side, with the lead and an opportunity to continue to stunt the progression from Space Station. But like you said as well, this timeout coming out from Space Station, oh, perfectly timed, and yet Rexon will continue to drop laughs in the all chat. And again, it's a Nitro Cell claiming the life of Forest. The Blitz is the opening pick. So that spearheaded approach for Space Station on attempting to clear out these roamers, and this time just offsite anchors as the objective is upstairs, it will be no more. The Blitz removed from play without much effect in consecutive rounds.
Yeah, that's probably the worst operator that you can see on the side of Space Station to lose first. And Forrest has not had the most successful day so far. His numbers were underwater on border. And he did start to wake up towards the tail end of that map, Rob, but the problem was it was too little too late. And most of those kills did not have much impact on the actual match itself. See SSG relying on these last 4 remaining players. Like we said, Ashen has been the superstar for SSG, very formidable on opening picks, showing a lot of success on defense, and then in turn, doing the same on attack. Half of the round has gone by, and Sonics are in an excellent spot. All 3 gas canisters still in pocket for Ambi. Goo Mines still in pocket for Grixer as more generate. The longer that we see SSG take to get towards this bomb site, the worse it will get for them. Ambi maybe not spacing those gas canisters out as well as he could have, as Benjamaster strikes and eliminates Canadian. Canadian has not had a very good game by any stretch of the imagination. He's been downright bad here on Lair. Takes a while to teach an old dog new tricks. Maybe that applies to the map as well, as Canadian maybe grapples with not knowing Lair as well as he could, but 2 and 7 is the worst stat line in the lobby. He provides other value, which is good, just as we said about Forrest on that border match, but you have to think that this would be a different game if Canadian wasn't being free farmed at this point. Final 40 seconds, and both teams sit into a 4v4.
Space Station opting to go for something we haven't seen in a very long time, which is vertical grenade use to clear bandits, and then to clear the position of the mezzanine shield, not the shield itself. You see the amassing with Space Station attackers on the office door from mezzanine, waiting to approach, and now Surf will get cut down behind the office desk. The last Toxic Babe will come out from Ambi in response! What a shot on the SMG-11 towards Ashen to level the man count, and Rexon will tag in for another. The gas will continue to bleed Space Station dry as J90 hits the floor. It's just Fultz alone on 2 HP, and the timer will expire. We are getting closer to midnight for Space Station. The Sonics are on match point.
Okay, and now for this last set, we're actually going to have a talk that I gave the team in between map 1 and map 2. Map 1 was Cafe that we lost to them 8-7. I believe we were down 6-3 at one point. We had a 7-6 overtime lead, and they had came back, and, you know, it was really back and forth, and they beat us 8-7. So this is me kind of just talking about why I think that happened, what was going on. Trying to, like, you know, make sure that we're dialed in for these next 2 maps. And then we're going to go into the timeout on Chalet, where we actually start map 2 down 3-0. And I'm kind of just talking about, hey, we're doing this to ourselves. They're not really doing it to us. I knew that that Dark Zero were not a good attacking team on Chalet. And, you know, we talked about defense a lot before this map, and we ended up actually winning this map 8-7, even though we started down 3-0 on Chalet. And then finally, we're going to go into the 7-7 border timeout, where, yes, I held my timeout all the way until 7-7, where I call kind of like an adaptation on a strat based off of everything we had seen from them on that map so far. So we're going to get all 3 of those timeouts, and then that's going to be it. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. At the end, just make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you're looking for in terms of future videos, because, you know, I'm not going to have a million timeouts, unfortunately. So here we go. Here is Dark Zero in the NAL Grand Finals, which we ended up winning. Remember, this was a 7-8, 8-7, 8-7 match. If you haven't seen it, it's probably the best North American League match ever played. So enjoy.
Okay, the teamwork we had on attack and the problem solving was great. Obviously, we won a lot of attacks. Our defensive guys, we need to fight. We were falling back and giving them way too much space, and when we would fall back, we didn't talk about the plan. We didn't have any way to deal with the round, right? Like both of those mining rounds, we all fell off, and then what did we do? We all just kind of stood there, and we had no plan. We didn't try to retake anything. We didn't fight above to like delay time, and that was the issue. That was honestly the case with most of those rounds we lost. The two defenses we won was Bakery when we called out the guy on Vert and we challenged them Vert, and then the reading bunk where we got the 5v3 from fighting them. All of the other rounds, guys, we fell off and we just didn't talk about a plan, or we had no way to win the round. Right?
Yeah.
The same level of teamwork and communication we're having on attack, we need to have on defense, because I will just say it, we were falling back. We weren't doing what we talked about. We need to fight, get those advantages, or get man down, or sorry, get the numbers down, and then fall off. Identify and talk about how we're going to win the round. Do we need to retake something? Do we have info? Do we have denial? And play around that. A lot of those defenses, guys, it was like we fall off and we're just scrambling with no plan. We have great teamwork, great, even when we're man down on attack, we're bringing shit back, making these rounds super close because of our teamwork, because we're talking through shit. Do the same thing on defense. Right? That was a close map. We brought it back. We almost pulled it off, but it's a new series now. It's another map. We start at 0-0. We're starting attack on Chalet.
Who picks up yet another kill? Obviously, I don't want to rag on Canadian here, but that was really not a great play from the.
We gotta talk about what's happening. We can't sit silent. We gotta get going. I said we gotta talk about what's happening. We cannot sit here and sit silent because we're not gonna shut down and lose. Like, what's up?
Absolutely not.
No.
I think we got to do like more gap tables.
Okay,
Just
I called a timeout, guys. We're all over the place. We're being very slow because we're just all worried about like all kinds of shit all over the map. We're calling stuff out and nobody's doing anything about it. Right? We need to press the issue. We're playing against the clock every single round here, but most of the time we have what we need.
Yeah.
Right? We need to get moving. We need to be on the same page. You got to fight, guys, because right now we're playing against them and we're playing against the clock and we're playing against ourselves. Work together. Let's fucking push this shit.
Yeah. Heard.
Yes, sir.
Roger, dogs.
Keep fighting, guys. This shit's
They're
not
gonna go
over.
bar. They're gonna go bar.
Yeah.
They're gonna go bar. I think.
You wouldn't believe it from the rounds that you've seen here. It just feels like they're missing that connection. Time to talk. Time to slow things down. Go look. Where are we reassessing? Whew. Spicy.
I mean, I think it was really Bolo above. That was the big issue, and that's what drew out the question mark, by the way, from Panvazoo. Is I really do appreciate that we're starting to see some typing in the chat. It's obviously that Dark Zero is feeling really good. SQ got their fingers a-flying on Cafe, and if you can get under the skin of your opponents, then boy, oh boy, why not? That very first matchup that we saw between these two teams, with Grixer being the hero tucked away, looking inside of Barbecue on Skyscraper to win it for SQ, it was really one of the more memorable matches in the NA League so far this stage. But I think a lot of people, as they clowned on Dark Zero, really did understand, maybe in private if they didn't want to admit it publicly, that any rematch would likely not go that way. Sonics have been a mighty fine team, but DZ has just looked slightly like a cut above. And with the way that they're playing today, despite the scare they had yesterday in their matchup, Dark Zero, yeah, they almost dropped the very first map, but admittedly it wasn't their map, so it wouldn't have been the end of the world if they'd lost it. Here on Chalet, this is what we come to expect, and if a 4-2 scoreline is what you need to claim victory in the first half, Dark Zero is almost there already.
Important gadget removed there. The mirror window, that was always plan A. That they could get that is huge, and it puts a lot of pressure onto the Rafters player. Now it can be closed down here from the swing of the jungle window, and pressure on towards the top of blue stairs as well. You're just isolating that player, surrounding them, and this is kind of the energy I wanted to see from the side of Sonics, that directed drive towards it. Last time I had questions when the Blitz just sort of popped in the window with the kit and didn't go for the plant. Instead, kept going and going and going, even with the vertical. Didn't juggle around utility. Here, I'm hoping that we get a lot more of that vertical control early on. It seems like the whole team is focused on this goal. Focused on Bolo, on potentially Kobe as well, on the swing of the stair set. This, though, they haven't been forced as of yet. There's still a lot of time to work with. The preparation on the gadgets, 3, 2, 1, and ready to go. They're caught by the Wamai discs, playing against the window as best they can. Pamba's able to stop Grixer. Gets the first on the approach, and Bolo could go for the hop if he wants as Canadian. Hits the backside of the site itself, or the attempted hold even. Gets the drop on towards the bedroom. Now, with the second follow-up body of Bolo caught out on his rotate, it's a 4 versus 3, and they slow down. Again, they go to reassess. I say as Canadian starts to eye up the stairs themselves. I'm hoping he doesn't just throw himself in again. Naif, though, on the roam, on the lurk. Are they able to strike in time?
It's a real question, isn't it? This round has moved on quite quickly with Bamazoo and Bolo gone. Dark Zero now trails, and they've lost very important parts of this team. NJR with a single kill, Kobe with 2 kills. Naif yet to die through all 3 of these rounds. He's going to gamble it against Ambi and take an awful lot of damage, but still get the pick, and it will equalize. Naif, as leaders do, leading by example, and now Rexon will have to deal with him. Very limited HP, 2 quick kills leave NJR as a man alone on an island. Right now, sitting inside a back bar, there's a bulletproof camera watching Canadian as he asserts himself inside of games. They know he's in back bar, and it'll be a joint effort between Canadian and Surf, with Surf getting the final kill.
Oh, boys!
No,
What's that we feeling?
Bro, where do we go? Do we go tellers?
bro, I think vent, but I don't
I
want
think
to talk.
Vent treated us well. Is there any ops you want to swap?
think
Like,
we go
honestly,
Vent?
the Solus hub? Do you want to go something
bring
else?
like Capcan Frost or just hopping in
know.
you guys' windows. Like just bring like some util for them
I have
because
to go Oryx. I have too much to
We
say.
called the timeout, I think. I think we called the timeout. Or
Yeah,
no,
listen, I
Oh
knew
my God,
we.
thank God,
I'm
thank
so
God.
confident that I knew we'd get to this point, so I saved my timeout. Listen,
Let's talk about what we want to do, bro. That's
I
all we gotta
think
talk
we
about.
go
One
vent, but what I want to say is on this vent, they're slow taking east, and they have brought 0 vert ops. So I think what we can do is we fake basically like we're holding top to fall off. We reinforce the hatches and we cade them. They have not been running EMP and they have not been running vert. So we fake top and then we just play it horizontally.
What else can we drop? I still need to get the east walls. I can go mute.
I think we dropped attention. I think we dropped jail, bro. Fuck it. I don't know.
No. I think you need to play
drop
there
something top if we're playing horizontal.
I can drop my archive single.
Yeah, we have one. No. Listen, shut up. We have one flex wall. We can use one of the flex walls in the hatch.
Just don't telegraph it. Like, don't reinforce the hatches right away.
And then listen.
Who can go Cade? Who can go Cade?
I can go. Okay. Oh fuck.
Can you hide him or no?
yes, I'll just hide underneath the server. Don't make any site rotates.
Listen,
Somebody just hold the front door.
Back and forth with one of the closest clutches we've ever seen. 2 players on the verge of breaking the kill record, and at stake is the first overall seed for the NA League as to which of these squads goes to Montreal in a favorable position. Big storyline here. Sonics lock in their lineup. Dark Zero during the prep phase will now have the next 40-ish seconds, a little bit less, to determine which of these attackers do they actually want to bring. Right now, they seem quite content with their lineup, but times will change.
Maybe I should come cast NA more often. All down to a single round. Now, if you don't know the full stakes, obviously, both these teams are confirmed for phase 2 of the major. There's a difference of 5 SI points for coming first and a prize pool of 30 grand. But we are not here for that. We are here for the stone cold fact that these teams are hate maxing. This is a brawl, this is beef, and this is being settled in the best possible way by having them show up and throw it down at the start of a grudge match I hope keeps going. It starts with this encircling. Again, Sonics, they're going to see if they can try and ensure they're not caught out on these early takes. Dark Zero, they've been very good at stacking up, at finding a weakness and driving the spear through it. Angles onto break. Angles onto east stairs. They have to pull on a player, and a Gumine would have slowed down the roll there. So lucky they spotted it before Pamba went for the execute, throwing it down into the corridor, moving right behind it. There's the pressure onto the Selma. They want to keep going, keep driving, and well, Sonics don't want to find out what happens next. They have just left.
I think it was Rexon who was the first line of defense, playing underneath 90, and he rightly read that it was time to go. You've held map control for about a minute. That's okay. You also committed to a defense that now required 2 Candelas and a bunch of hard destruction to be done. 1 Selma taken out of the pocket of Kobe. The recruit of Striker has not been a fixture for Dark Zero, but will emerge very quickly. Grixer taking out Kobe-Lax. Kobe-Lax effectiveness will be discussed, and is probably a big reason why DZ has had a small step back. The very first kill going to Sonics is huge with half of the round to go.
I'm still looking at that kill feed. Ambi needs 1. At this point, Pamba needs 3. And with a minute to get it settled, both of these teams just need 1. Nafe takes a bit of damage. They're going for the drop. Pamba's got himself some very shaky control, but as Rexon gets Bolo, it's Pamba to get Rexon as an immediate response here. They're concerned about the fight that's starting to crash right against them. Pamba gets Canadian. He's only 1 away from getting it tied, I believe, at this point, but they still need to hold some of this territory. Nafe is looking for a drop from below, and it's Ambi that just slips on by, hits the bars, not the player. It's long-range firefights, forcing, shepherding, waiting for somebody to step 1 foot wrong and then be put to bed. They keep pushing all the way up to the wall. The plant is being confirmed. Nafe on the back line. There's no response until Surf hits it from deep. Surf gets 2! A single player, it's Pamba with no health, and Abby, he ties it up! I don't know if it's fully fact-checked. I don't know how he ended. We have Sonic